Hello. Yeah, so I want to welcome you to this question, which comes to be part of mensuration in the final exam. So this is part B of the 2019 GCE paper 2 mathematics. Part A was under frustum, which was a conical frustum, and this is part B. So this is earth geometry. So under earth geometry, what we need to study is calculation of time. Number 2, how you can find distance. Number 3, how you can find speed in knots. These are areas that we need to focus on. So, given this question, where they are saying these points we can see they are on the surface of the earth. The radius of the earth is given to be 6,370 kilometers. When you convert this to nautical miles, it will give you 3,437 nautical miles. Okay, so this question, they only gave us this value for the radius in kilometers. This they always give in paper 2 examination. You'll be given. So a question that looks like this. They are telling us to find the difference in the longitude between the points K and L. The lines that run from the north going to the south, they are called longitudes. Then these ones that move from the west going to the east, they are called latitudes. So in this case, they want us to find the difference in longitude between points K and L. This is these are longitudes. So when we check the longitude at K, it is given to be 30 degrees west. Then at L, it is given to be 60 degrees east. I always tell people that same signs you need to subtract. Then different signs you add. So in this case, when you look at these they are different. This is west and this is east, which means they are of different locations, which is different sides. So in this case, what do you add? So you need to add 30 degrees west plus 60 degrees east. So I'll write my answer here. The answer becomes 30 degrees plus 60 degrees, which gives us 90 degrees. So this is the difference. It means you have just answered the question. This gives the difference in latitude between points K and L. And moving forward, we have find in kilometers the distance LM. Because in the interest of time, you are going to write your final examination very soon. Quickly, I'll run through this. So I'll solve my question 2A here. We are trying to find the distance LM. So this LM, it is the distance along the what? We need to find out. So LM, this is under the distance along the longitude. So the formula for finding the distance along the longitude is different from the formula for finding the distance along the latitude, because we are saying all longitudes, they are great circles. So it means that the longitudes will be using the radius of the earth. For a great circle is a circle that uses the radius of the earth. Then a small circle is a circle which has a radius smaller than the radius of the earth. So in this case, we are trying to find the distance LM, which is the distance along the longitude. So what we do is we need the angle divided by 360 degrees times 2 pi r. This is the formula because it is along the longitude. So this angle, what is it for? This is the angle for because it is the distance. I will write this here. Distance along the longitude, you need to find the difference in the angle in terms of the latitudes. So the angle, it is the difference in the latitudes. Then for distance along the latitude, you need to find the angle as the difference in the longitude. This is where the trick part is. So whenever you are finding distance along the longitude, your angle, you need to, for you to get the angle, you find the difference in the latitude. So in this case, we need to find the difference in the latitude between point L and M. L, it is along the latitude which is 50 degrees north. Then this other one, M, it is along the latitude which is 45 degrees south. So when you check, they are in different locations. We are saying different signs, you do what you add. So in this case, you need to add 50 plus 45, which you get to be 90. So you say LM equals to 90 there, divided by 360 times 2 times pi. The pi you are given to be, and the radius of the earth you are given to be 670. So you need to punch this direct on a calculator for you to get the answer, which will be 90 times 2 times 3.142 times 6370. Before you divide by 360 there, the answer you actually get to be, oh wait, this is when you add, no, here there's a problem here. Here is supposed to be 95. When you add 50 plus 45, you get 95. So when you multiply these times all these, what you get is a value that looks like 3876.2.6. Then you divide this value now by 360. When you do that, the answer you get is 10,563 kilometers when you round this figure off. Yeah, that's like that. It means you have just answered the question for the distance for LM. So which means the distance from L to M is as big as what you can see here. Then we have another, so this situation, it was distance along the latitude. Then under the same question, they are now giving us, they're asking us to find the distance along the latitude, which is KL, this KL, of which for us to find now the distance along the latitude, we are now getting here, we are saying the distance along the latitude. For the angle, we consider the difference in the longitude. So in this case, the formula now, because this is not a great circle, it's not using the radius of the earth. So the formula for finding the distance, you say angle divided by 360 times 2 pi r, then you say cos alpha. Now we need to understand what the theta and the alpha are. So as quickly we will say the angle, it is the difference in the latitude, in the longitude, because we are dealing with the latitude, the distance along the latitude. So this is a longitude and this is a longitude. So what is the difference in the longitude between K and L? This is actually the answer we found per first. So that answer, we found it to be 90 degrees, then divide by 360 times 2 times 3 pi, then times r, which is 6370 times cos alpha. Now this cos alpha, it means it is the latitude on which these points lie. So when you check the K and L, they are using the common latitude, which is this one. So which means where there is alpha, you put the common latitude for the two places, which is in this case 50. So you put cos 50 there. So when you punch this on your calculator, the value that you get is 23,157.70 kilometers. When you round this figure off, this is the value that you get. So thank you very much for watching. I just thought of addressing this issue before you run out of time in your exam. Thank you very much. If there are queries, get to me.